Alright, what's going on everybody? This is another video. It's going to talk about how to do 3 status leaks from one attack. And even though I have Kate Bishop selected, this goes for any character who has a power attack on their melee slot that classifies as a ranged attack. And what I mean by that is this power attack with sonic damage right here, it's on the melee slot. Even though it's on the melee slot, if I do a power attack, you see that sonic activating right there, and that's the triple leak right there. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into it. First thing that you're going to need, as I mentioned, is power attacks dealing sonic damage. Second thing that you're going to need is a piece that you get from the raid. It has to have a vibranium double leak and the vibranium payload. So attacking the enemy with a critical attack has a chance to activate the vibranium payload. And with vibranium double leak, attacking the enemy with vibranium damage that has an active sonic status effect spreads the vibranium status effect to nearby enemies. So you have to attack an enemy with sonic first and then have to attack them with the vibranium in order for the vibranium double leak to happen. It can't be vice versa. It has to be the sonic first and then the vibranium. So you get the sonic first by doing this power attack. And if the enemy is fully filled with the sonic status effect and this vibranium payload procs, it's going to automatically proc the vibranium double leak, causing all nearby enemies to be affected with the vibranium status effect. So that's how you get the first leak to happen. Now, to get the second leak to happen, you need this discording crest, and you get this from the raid too, and it might be a different name depending on the character. It works the same as this one, but vice versa. Attacking the enemy with sonic damage that has an active vibranium status effect spreads the cryo status to nearby enemies. So once this vibranium double leak happens and it spreads vibranium to nearby enemies, if you do a power attack with your melee slot, which is sonic, to one of those enemies who have vibranium on them, it's going to spread cryo status to all nearby enemies. So it's just pretty much a chain reaction. So that's how you get the second status leak to proc. And this is how you get a third status leak to proc. You need this piece right here. You get this from the raid as well. Attacking an enemy with cryo damage that has an active vibranium status effect spreads the cryo status to nearby enemies. So if this vibranium double leak activates, it's going to spread vibranium to nearby enemies. And once the vibranium is spread to nearby enemies, this cryo status leak could also activate, because you're going to be attacking those nearby enemies with sonic damage, which is going to spread the cryo status effect to the enemies who are fully afflicted with the vibranium. And by spreading the cryo status effect to enemies who are fully filled with vibranium, is going to cause this piece right here to activate, or this perk right here to activate. And that's how you get the third perk to activate. Now, some things that I would recommend to expedite the process is to have a good amount of crit chance. Right now my damage buff is active. Without this damage buff active, my crit chance is at about I think it's a 30%, somewhere around there, 27%. And the reason why you want your crit chance to be pretty high is because you're going to need this vibranium payload to proc in order to activate everything else, to activate all of the other 3 status leaks. So that would be the first thing I would recommend. The second thing I would recommend is having a good amount of intensity on your build. Go to the harm room and test it out. See how quickly you can fully apply this status effect via power attacks with the sonic. Because if you apply the sonic status effect and it fully fills the enemy, that's going to cause this vibranium double leak to happen, and the rest is history. So definitely go to the harm room and test out your intensity. I know for Kate specifically, at 80% intensity or 80% stun damage, you can do 1 demolition arrow and it will fully fill the enemy with the sonic status effect if it's at an 80%. Now, if you can't get your intensity to an 80%, or if you can't get your intensity high enough, one thing that you could do is get this discordant crest with a screen breaker. So it says that it increases the sonic damage dealt by 20%, but actually does not increase the damage of sonic by 20%. It actually increases the sonic fill rate by 20%. So if you're sitting at 60%, then it's technically, if you're doing the power attack, it's going to be at about an 80% stun damage instead of a 60% stun damage. So that's another thing that I would definitely recommend doing in order to speed up the process and have this activate as much as possible. And yeah, that's how you get 3 status leaks that happen from one attack. Thank you for watching this video. Another thing, I appreciate everybody who's really been watching, people who's been liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing the videos. Not for me and for the views, but for the people within the community and people who may just be new to the game, and people who've been playing the game for a long time and still are getting their hang of different things, especially with all of this new gear that has been incoming into the game. It kind of can be a sensory overload at some point. So I definitely appreciate that, and have a good day.